Mike, here at Kingsholm, marking 500 days to go until the World Cup. It seems a long way away, but across the city the excitement's definitely building.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone who's involved with it, and in terms of getting the stadium ready, putting on events, organisation takes a long time. So 500 days isn't that long, but you know that when it comes around and the games are here, that it's going to be a great place to play, a great atmosphere in the city, and it'll be good fun.
Well, there certainly is, and 500 days is a good milestone actually. Organisationally and structurally, from the city's point of view, it's been a long road already. We're nearing the end of it. 500 days sounds a long time, and I'm sure for the players, as Mike will tell you, it is a long time. But for us, we've got so much that we need to have in place, same as the club has here at the stadium, and it's an important day. We're marking that it's getting closer and closer and closer.
You played against Japan earlier this season, and you know full well that there is a lot of talent across the world in some of the lesser nations.
Yeah, definitely. You look at Japan; they scored after 3 minutes against us or whatever it was, and they're relentless. They always want to play rugby. They enjoy themselves. They don't want to kick the ball. They just want to challenge themselves, and that's the kind of rugby that the fans here are going to enjoy. And if you can get games where the ball's in play for 60 minutes, cut out the scrums, you're going to have a go. Everyone's going to enjoy themselves, aren't they?
And the fact that we're having the World Cup here in Gloucester again, I mean, I was here as a spectator. I was 17 in 91 when the All Blacks played here, but we've been chosen to have 4 games in Gloucester, and it's a testament to the city. It's a testament to the supporters that we have here and how knowledgeable they are about rugby. That's been recognised by the very highest powers in the game to merit having 4 games here. It's going to be fantastic, and to have people from Argentina and Scotland and possibly from Japan, if they make it through the Age of 5 Nations, is just going to be fantastic for the city.
Obviously 2003 a World Cup winner, and you know full well what it means to win a World Cup and play in a World Cup game. So for the players that are preparing for 2015, you know exactly what it's going to take.
Yeah, I mean, for the players it's still a long way away. Obviously it's got to be in their minds, but they've got a whole season still to play of domestic rugby, and ultimately the tail end of that with the Six Nations is going to be where you're going to start figuring out who's going to be involved in that World Cup squad. But you've still got everything to play for. A lot can change in a year, injuries, and people go off form and people hit form. So it's going to be really interesting next year. Even from the start of the season, but definitely post-Christmas, Six Nations towards the end, who's really putting their hands up and firing on all cylinders, and then what Stuart does with his squad, and a home World Cup, so all sorts of things that dreams are made of, especially if you can put yourself in a situation where they look like they're going in with a good chance. Obviously, the pool's tough. The pool is tough, but if you can come out the back of that, you're going to get massive confidence off the back of that.
Well, I mean, it's something that's talked about all the time. I like to say in all of the different events I do that Gloucester has 2 cathedrals, the big religious one half a mile in that direction, and the Cathedral of Rugby. And everywhere I go, people are asking about the World Cup. When do tickets go on sale? Are they going to get tickets coming down here? And hopefully, as many local people can come as possible, because it's about community rugby, and Gloucester is leading the whole country in the way that rugby affects the community. This weekend I was down at Twickenham supporting Longlevens and Newent, 2 local clubs making it to the pinnacle of the game, and as serving as inspiration for young children is just fantastic.
And 9 seasons playing in Cherry and White, you know full well what this sport means to this city.
Yeah, definitely. It's you ask any rugby player, they'll always say it's a special place to come and play. Whether it be, I always say I've had the best of both worlds. I've been here as a player for and a player against, and I used to love playing against it because they do have great banter in the shed, and that there are jeers and cheers waiting for you at every turn if you're a little bit off your game, and when you're playing for the Cherry and Whites, you just know that you've got that 16th man on your shoulder to help you get across the line, and it just shows how much they mean. It's a big part of what Nigel talks about, what the players talk about, of how important it is to perform for the fans, and that just shows how much they mean to us.
Mike.